Hello everyone, welcome to Selenium Live project, and this is part of JPACT program. So today we'll go through what is Selenium Live project is and what will be the benefit to join this program and what you can expect at the end of this program. Okay, so let me open this. So team, just for your information, we use uh, in particularly this Google Drive for our live projects. Okay, this is an easy way to communicate and share files. Okay, so first what I'll do is I'll just briefly explain about what is this Selenium Drive project. Okay, so Selenium Drive project is where you will get hands-on experience on any application. Okay, so any new application that has been developed by IT Learn or Atomic 77 team, those application we take, okay, and we automate, okay, using the Selenium. So you will get hands-on experience with a different kind of application. uh, in one batch generally we take one application, any new application which has been developed by Atomic 77 team, and we automate. So what we do is we start from the very beginning, we create test cases. Okay, I'll write those things, the steps what we have to do, but let me explain first. We write test cases, then uh, first thing we'll go through the application, right? We should know about the what the application, how it works, what it does, those things, and then we start working on test cases. So a few days of this program, like 1 or 2 days, we'll work on test cases, and then we start creating our framework that will be using Selenium with Java and TestNG or JUnit, or we also use Maven and other things we use in this live project. So this program will help you to understand how we work in practical life projects. Suppose you are going to work in a company as an automation engineer. So what are things are expected from you, and if you don't have experience on those things, okay, suppose uh, you have to create a framework from the scratch, and if you don't have experience, so you will face issues. But this program will help you to get the experience on those things, like framework development, how we create scripts, how we manage scripts, how we generate customized HTML reports, how we generate other kind of reports. So many things we will cover in this program. So this is not a training program. First I want to tell you team, this is a program where you have to work. Most of the part you have to work, you have to create framework, you have to write scripts. From our end, we'll be guiding you. We will monitor you where what you are doing, how you are doing, and any feedback is required, we provide feedback. So these are things we do in Selenium Live projects. So once this is done, you will get the idea how a framework is being created, how it is managed, those kind of steps. If you don't have any experience, previous experience on these things, you will get good idea about these things. Okay. Uh, so let me create a Google Drive folder which we'll be using in this live project. Okay, so I'll go and create JPACT. Sorry, it's a JPACT. Okay, SLP. I'll say December 16. Okay, so this Google Drive folder I will share with every Selenium Live project members who can access this. Okay. Now, so how it works? First, let me create a Google Doc. So people who doesn't have Gmail ID, please create. And if you have Gmail ID, you can access Google Drive, and we will share this Google folder with you all so that you can work with. If you want to get any file or upload any file, you can do with this. Okay. So here I'm going to create a document, and I'll name it as SLP to-do list. So what we have to do in coming uh, days. Okay. So I'll write here JPACT Selenium live project. Okay. All right, team. So okay, now uh, what we will do, so that those things I'll write here. So first thing, overview of application. Okay. So any application you start, we have to uh, we should know the application. Then you can only go and automate or write any test cases. If you don't know about application, that will be very difficult for you. So application overview. Okay. Because this is a very not a 1 month program, so will not say like you will go and read the requirements, uh, go through the functional requirement documents and all those things. So we'll get application overview. Okay. And once it is done, we mainly writes test cases. So before that, let me write few things as well. So how this Selenium Live project work is, we will create teams. Okay. So team team will be created. So each suppose there are 20 or 30 members in this program. So we will create suppose 5 teams. Okay, 5 members in each team. Okay. So approximately I'll say 5 members in each team. Okay. So you will get chance to work with 5 people who will be in your team and with whom you will interact regularly. Okay. For your scripts, for your anything, any task, and that will be divided within your members. So uh, once team is created and you are part of a team, task will be you have to we will provide tasks. Okay. So from our side, we will provide tasks like these things we have to do. Within the team, you have to uh, assign who will assign tasks. Okay. Who will work on which part of assignment. So suppose I ask to write a test cases for any application. So suppose application has 3 modules or 4 modules. So you can divide within your team, like on first module I'll work, second module this person will work, third module will some other person will work. Okay. So that is for the task assignments. One team is created, task has been provided. So this is very agile team. You don't have to depend on like we will give uh, some task and then we'll spoon feed like you have to do this first, then you have to do this first. We will give a high level of tasks like you have to write these things, you have to do these things. Then within the team, you have to work as an agile team. You have to choose which task will work and how it will work, how efficiently you can do that work. Those things will have to decide within your team. Okay. Once this is done. So what we do is we create test cases. So I'll go on those things which we have to do in this live project. Okay, so test cases. Okay, we have to write test cases. Okay, then setup environment. Setup environment. So what does it mean is like we are automating using Selenium. So we should have a jar file with us. We should have Selenium, Eclipse, uh, JUnit or TestNG or JDK you should have, right? Java JDK on your system. Otherwise you'll face issues. And then Maven, okay, etc. All these things are required before doing anything. So once your environment setup is done, we have to finalize framework. Okay, so this is how we also work in any real life projects. Okay, this is also a real life project, don't worry about this, but just I'm telling how if you are working in any company in an automation team, this is how it will be. Manual testers, functional QA will write test cases. An automation team has responsibility to set up environment for their framework creation. So you have to set up environment, then you have to finalize framework. Finalizing framework means what kind of framework you have to create. You have to start from the scratch. Okay, if you don't have any framework for that application. So depending on the nature of factors, nature of the applications, we decide which framework will be good enough to create for this particular application. Okay, so that we have to decide. Then once it is finalized, we have finalized the framework, we have to write scripts, write library files. Okay, write scripts, then how to generate HTML reports. All those things we have to do here, right? Any other thing here I need to write? Okay, so I hope you have.
Manoj?
Yes, Karthik.
Manoj, can you share this folder with me so I can also start contributing along with you and give the team some of my inputs as well, please?
Okay, sure, Karthik.
Well, cursor dotting will be quick.
Okay. Yeah, done, Karthik.
Thank you. Go on, please. I'll join in a minute.
Okay, sure, Karthik. So this is just a high-level team, and Karthik will also give some input on this. So this is how Selenium Live project works within IT Learn. So if you have any question, you can ping us. So there is one question: the candidate should know Java basics in order to learn Selenium. Of course, yes. These are some prerequisites we have. You should know basics of Selenium, basics of Java. Okay, because we will not train on these things. So if you are part of JPACT, you are JPACT members, you have already know about these things. You know Selenium, you know Java, so that will be easy for you. Okay.
Manoj,
Yes,
I've
Karthik.
taken these screen and let me give them a few more points. So team, there are prerequisites. Absolutely yes. And the prerequisites are here. Can you all see my screen, team?
Yes, Karthik.
All right, great. So you need to know the automation basics. How does any automation tool work? You need to know how Selenium IDE works along with element identification. IDE we will not use for record and playback, more for element identification verification. You also need to know how Selenium WebDriver works and its commands associated. You're comfortable with core Java and either JUnit or TestNG, one of them. You will also have to have some kind of an idea about frameworks, automation frameworks. Now, as part of the JPACT program, we have done with the Selenium basic training, and we've done about 90% in the Selenium advanced training. So what you've learned, sorry team from my throat, what you've learned in these few weeks of training that I provided is more than enough for you to start working on this live project. All right. Now, from an application overview, we will give you an app walkthrough. There may be no documentation like functional specifications, business requirements. You may not have access to it. Rather, the application that we have, the client gave us a basic idea of what needs to develop, and I'll give you a very brief idea about it. Atomic Sensor Development team will do a detailed walk through the application. So that means that you need to put in additional effort. Like Manoj said, absolutely no spoon feeding. And why do we do this, team? We want to empower you, not just with a project that you can take and put it on your resume. Project can be made part of your professional CV, and we would also act as a reference. Right? You will need to go through many challenges in this project, and those challenges come in many format, team. Let me talk very briefly about it. One, team coordination. How do you coordinate with other team members? App understanding. Okay. Technical solutions that for the problems and challenges that you face. You will also need to talk about task allocation. You will need to do the presentations and the project walkthrough, and you will continue to see that not all information is available. Now, does this happen in projects across the industry? Absolutely yes. The projects these days are running so quickly, and some of the smaller size to medium sized projects, that there's a cycle of 2 to 4 weeks from the requirements development, testing, deployment, and so on. So we are mimicking that to the maximum. And please do remember, these are real-time projects. These are actual projects where client has provided the requirements and a team is developing it. So this becomes very critical, team. All right. Now, when we talk about teams, we will divide them between 5 to 10 members, because sometimes some people who join and then they're not able to cope up with, for whatever personal professional reasons, so we get some dropouts as well, and they come back for the next program. As part of the prerequisite, you should be a Selenium premium member, team. There is no project that we could offer for non-members. Why? Because you have access to all our tutorials. and that is very important. Out of a 5 to 10 member team, there may be 2 or 3 people who are very good at it, maybe 3-4 people who are decent at this prerequisite. The others could be at a very beginning level. But then, while you're working in the team, you will also have to put that additional effort to learn and work, and that's going to give you a tremendous platform team. We will not help you in most of this. It is all you with your team. You will come, present it just the way when you walk into an interview and an interviewer asks, hey, tell me about this project that you did with Atomic 77. Then that's exactly what you would tell the interviewer, that here is the project, here was the requirement. I worked with a team of 8 people. We were spread across. We were working remotely. We had no requirements. We faced a lot of challenges initially. How we overcame that, what technologies we used, why we created a certain framework and not another framework. We had challenge of timeline for delivery. So you're able to speak very naturally. It will boost your confidence to be able to talk about a project that you worked on. The training platform that we did, Karthik, Manoj, Shankar, Mahesh, Priya, Pavan, we do the talking. In the live project, you do the talking, and we provide feedback team. And please do note, our feedbacks are usually very straight, candid, and sometimes critical also. The reason we emphasize on this team is this platform is the only opportunity for you where you make a mistake, you will not get fired from the project, but you'll get a feedback that you could change the mistake and make sure that in the future you will be able to do better. The good thing about this teams, right? So we will have there are about 50 participants in this session right now. We may have about 4 to 5 teams doing exactly the same work. All right. So since we divide them into various teams, you will notice that all these teams will be doing exactly the same work. And every week, the 2 to 3 sessions that we have, each team needs to present their project progress. And you nominate one person each day from your team, and they come in and they present. Your communication is bad, you are not confident, I am not very involved, I feel shy about speaking, should not be there. Don't worry about all those. This is the platform for you. And the good thing is it's all online, so we don't really get a chance to see each other, and that is okay. The most important thing is the core work opportunity that we need to work on. All right. So test cases, how do we write them? How do you assign the task? How do you set up the environment? Which framework would you finalize, and what would be the criteria for it? The good thing is not only will you learn from your team, you will know that you will see other teams presenting, and you'll see that each team is doing it in a different way, direction, and you learn overall what other teams are doing as well. So that's at a high level what a project, Selenium Live project, will do, team. And this project, I think, Manoj, we have a 3 weeks window, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yes, Karthik.
Timeline is 2 to 3 weeks. So that means that we don't have too much time, team. If you take 1 week to write test cases, then we have a challenge. So your test cases, the format, and so on, certain things we will guide you on, but the other things you will really need to start working. And since it's the first session, and in fact in live project, every person, every participant in this session should speak, and we will unmute you. All you need to do is raise your hand, and we want to hear more and more from you, not from us, from the next session onwards. Okay, any questions before I show you the application? I've been through this application a few times, but there's so much that has changed, and there's so much testing that needs to be done, that we are looking at a demo that will come from Atomic 77 team, a detailed application walkthrough in the next session. If it's tomorrow, then we'll do it tomorrow. All right, let's see. I'm going to take a few questions. And then I'm gonna, any other questions anyone wants to speak, please feel free, and you're most welcome to raise your hand and we will unmute you. Meanwhile, Manoj, I'll start taking a few questions here from the chat, and let's see. Java Basics you finalize. Kushal, who will review it and finalize it? So it's like a panel. I would be there sometimes, Manoj would be there, the other team members would be there. No, so you will be able to review it for yourself. End of the day, how robust is our framework, how robust is the automation scripts that we write. And we will keep doing the analysis every session that we meet, and we'll provide the feedback to you. All right. Mayuri, I just paid for Selenium Live Plus video. At that time, they asked me to do it later. I believe for the live project, right? Absolutely. Mayuri, but one thing for sure, make sure of the prerequisites, please. Even if you've not gone through everything, you can be part of the team, but let the team know, guys, I'm still at the beginning level. So within the team, you all should communicate very often, team. This becomes a teamwork. You're going to make a lot of friends in the industry like this. So each team to interact with each other using email, Skype, or whatever chat, or WhatsApp, GoToMeeting, Google Drive, and so on. So once we create the teams, we will show you how we distribute it and so on. Manoj, while I continue to take a few more questions, can you show, I will make it a presenter after that, can you show some of the earlier project that we did and how we divided it to team, each team's folder and how they put it? Maybe the any one itself?
Sure, Karthik. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Okay, let me see questions. What else? So I'm going from the top team, so your question has to, I'll keep coming. Kirti, about finalized framework means out of data driven, keyword driven, and hybrid, which one should we use? Which makes sense. Correct, exactly. Sometimes we want to go all overboard and we want to make sure that, let's do the best framework. But we have to analyze based on resources. Resources are number of team members we have, the understanding of the application, the timeline for delivery, what kind of a skill set we have based on that. So even if you don't create a framework and just create automation scripts, that's fine too. That's fine too, no problem. Do it in different ways, whatever you can. And this is the starting of a project. Once we look at who likes to get involved, and we'll walk you through this previous project that we did in August, that will get you some idea of how you can continue. In 3 weeks, you will learn so much, team, through these projects that it is going to be equivalent up to about 6 months to 1 year in an actual environment. And the reason I'll tell you why. Even if you get into an automation testing job in the industry, it's not that 100% of the time you're working on automation, because you might be working on 30% automation and 70% manual, and that's one of the reasons. All right. So the choice, Kirti, should be within you and your team. What your comfortable level is. Be comfortable at the same time. Push yourself a little bit. Okay. Kalai, I don't have any experience in Selenium. Will this work for me? But good with QTP scripts. Kalai, not this batch. Maybe the next batch, because the prerequisites are very strong. We absolutely recommend that that is how it should be. One second. All right. Melkor, is that 2 to 3 weeks every day? How many hours per day? Okay. So good question. Melkor, it will be about 1 hour presentation from you 2 or 3 times a week. But then within the team, you may have to interact between 2 to 6 hours per day to make progress on the project. So it's a pretty intense one. But this is critical even from a JPACT perspective. So for JPACT members, I will tell you exactly what you need to focus.
Guys, can you all hear me okay?
Yes, Karthik.
I lost my Bluetooth, so I came back to this. So for JPACT members, I'll guide you exactly, team, what we need to do, what we need to focus. So you are well prepped up for the Jan job openings. Okay, Kanchan Fernandez. I'm not part of JPACT and do not know the prereq. Should I wait for the next batch? Absolutely yes. You should either be a Selenium Premium member or JPACT member to be able to attend this. What others do is they join right now for the live project, but they're just an audience. They don't really go and actively participate, just to get a feel of how others are doing, and then parallelly they start learning. So it takes about 2 months to learn the prerequisites, at least 1 month, and then get into project. You can start with the project as an audience, just as an observer, listener, learn parallelly and be ready for the next batch. Because you can repeat this live project as many times. It not only does benefit you, it also benefits us. Asha, is it testing the entire application or specific part? Good question. This application looks a little huge, so it is going to be mostly a few parts in it. For a few minutes. I'm going to call the head of delivery from Atomic 77, so he can also provide some feedback. Let me go through a few more questions. Team, I welcome you all to unmute yourself and speak as well. Right? Be very verbal in this live projects. How can we coordinate with team members? So Lakshmi, that answer I gave, we will put you onto a list. You know who's there, the other member, their contacts, emails, and you'll start coordinating with them. Ruxana, who will decide the task each is going to perform? So that's a very tricky question. Now, let's say I put 5-6 people of you into a room and say, guys, now decide. So there'll be some people who will say, will be shy, some people are aggressive, saying, I'll do this, you do this, and so on. You have to find a way to build relationship to be able to come to a good agreement where the team performs. So we're leaving you for that. We're letting you work on it. However, if you see that some challenge is really hitting you and you're unable to overcome it, then feel free to approach us. Okay? But then, so it's like this, team. We've been teaching you swimming in the classroom. Now we want to throw you in the pool. But as lifeguards, we will be there, we will be observing, and if there's a real need for an alarm, we will pull you out and we'll guide you and push you back again into it. You understand the approach, team? It's going to be a little aggressive, and please, you will need to be brave. Just go with the flow. By the end of the project, it is going to take you to a different league. Is it going to happen after the advanced training classes are done or parallel to the training? So Asha, advanced training, I've put about 2.5 hour sessions for this Friday evening US, Saturday morning India, and I should be able to cover up because data-driven framework is done. Now I'll walk you through keyword and hybrid framework, and once we're discussing ENIOT, certified tester and certified developer, we go very detailed into it. So to what you learned so far, the end of data-driven framework is sufficient as of now. Once we finish ENIOT, then we'll do a project on ENIOT, then you'll be able to do it on keyword, hybrid, page object model, and so on. All right. Fernandez, sounds good, Mayuri, yes. All the classes are going to be in the evenings and weekends, CST or PST. Okay. Malik, number one, these are not classes. Okay, these are live sessions where you are presenting, and the schedule is very tight for us, team. We have JPACT going, we have so many trainings going parallelly right now. It's a little overwhelming, not only for the students but also for us. But all I'll say is take it very easy, take it very comfortably, and as much as we can digest is what we should do. Remember, very initially I said batch A, batch B, the timings and what you can choose the batch accordingly and go with it. But Malik, regarding the CST or PST, the exact schedule, we'll have to wait till early next week, please. Typically, it will be anywhere between 5 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time weekdays. Okay, why don't I see even a single hand raised? No one wants to speak, guys. Malik did have, but anyone else? All right. So, Manoj, why don't you showcase the previous project for a couple of minutes, few minutes, how we did the teams. On the contact sheet, just make sure please any emails or phone numbers is half hidden so that the members don't feel.
Yeah, sure, Karthik. So, team, this is for Selenium Live project August batch, and earlier, as we mentioned, we create teams, we divide in teams. So we created 5 teams here, and we create a contact sheet. Okay, so in contact sheet, all those information about team members and their contacts. So I hide those email ID and contacts, but it is there. And similar way, we'll create also for this batch where you'll have your name, your email ID, contact, and from where you are, like country, state. So we generally divide in team based on your location, like some people are in Pacific zone or some are EST zone. So, but it is not necessary that based on that will only we divide, but we generally takes care of that. And if someone want to change their team based on uh, time zone, so we'll also do that. Okay, so this is how we divide in team. So here you can see there were around more than 45 members were there. So we divided around 8 to 9 people in one team. Okay, and so this is the list where you will find your team name and your team members. Okay, and we also track who attended which session and uh, what kind of technology, means we can provide additional information here that is not mandatory, like technology which you are in good and all those things, but okay, so once you are we are done with contact sheet and you find your name, so we also create uh, team folders. Okay, so like I have created a team folder, a team next wave. So next wave team, they this folder will be used for everything you did in project. Okay, so suppose you got a task to create a framework and create a script. So all those things relate to that script, relate to that framework, you will upload here in this Google Drive. So this is the real time, it automatically syncs. So whoever have access to this, so they can access in real time. Okay, once you upload, they can directly get file from here. So that's why email thing is not that much comfortable. You send email, then they will get and download. So we don't follow that. So we keep every files in the team folders related to your team. So whatever you do, just go and upload here. So how you can upload? You can go and file upload or folder upload from your local system. Okay, so whatever things you do, just complete and upload here so that other member can access that. Okay, and another important point is do not delete anything from anywhere, either from your folder, unless you have created that and you want to delete and create new one, you can do that. But from other team members folders, don't delete or do anything. Okay, so they might have another files and folders and all, so don't delete from their folder. Okay, you can view because you have access of these folders. Okay, so you can go and view what they are doing and what how they are doing, but don't delete anything from their folder or don't edit anything. Many time I see people go and edit in other team members folder and all. Don't do this. Okay, so this is how uh, team will be created and you will access your team folder.
So Manoj, I'll also show them how we created the SLTP for the ENIOT and walk through that once, please.
Okay, sure, Karthik.
So team, that was the live project. What we did is we consolidated everything and we put it into another folder called SLT August 2016. So in this folder, when you look at it, there are the training videos that we did right from August 1st all the way to here. This is just for my internal team to be able to take, convert, and put it onto the website. Second, once we went through ENIOT, we discussed at length how that application should be built, what is there in it, and so on, what kind of a framework. Here are the teams who started working on it, the same teams that you saw there, next to decoders, next, and all that. And then we went into final ENIOT files. Here is where all the team members' files were uploaded. And as they did, we started consolidating the best work from the teams. We created one final team who continued to work right from August all the way to today. We have 15 members in it. And they are working on this ENIOT consolidated. And here within our main code, we have developed right from version 1 to version 12 of the ENIOT framework. So just showing you a flow of how things happen when we do project team. So while this project started initially as like a 1-month exercise, it went on for almost 6 months and it will continue to go. And the team contributors are building skill, reference, and we are working very actively to try and get them placed in different projects that we come across. All right, so that's the one we wanted to share. Manoj, if you could, then I'll introduce the application and my partner at Atomic 77, Santosh, who heads our complete delivery for the application development.
Sure, Karthik. I'm done from my end, so we can go over the application.
All right, so give me a second. I'm going to quickly log. Okay, there you go. I think this is good from here. So team, let me first introduce you to Santosh. Santosh and I know each other for the last 2.5 years, and we've met in a professional environment to begin with. Then we wanted to build a company. So myself, Andy, and Santosh together, we founded a company called Atomic 77, almost 1.5 year back plus. I think we are closer to 20 months, 21 months. What we do primarily is we build digital branding, marketing for small and medium-sized organizations. So companies come to us not only for web development, but for workflow, e-commerce, CRM, mobile apps, a complete like a application development platform on the web environment team. And for such kind of an activity that we do, Selenium is an amazing tool to be able to help testers test these applications. So with this organization that we have, we get a lot of opportunities where the clients approach us and they give us details about what needs to be done and so on, and we work in providing them with the services. So today's application that Santosh will give you just a 2-3 minutes overview of what the application is, and then tomorrow we will say, I think we have the same time schedule, we will do a little bit detailed application walkthrough. Right, Santosh, on to you. Let me get to. So this is the app, guys.
Hi team, this is Santosh, and I just want to give you an overview about what is Booksmart about, and we actually built it for a client in
UK,
Netherlands,
and
it was a great experience for my team also, because we started off doing the project in a different direction, but the client requirement changed after some time. So it was challenging, but what we could do is like we could squeeze the whole requirement as to the client's requirement. Okay, so we use basically PHP, Ajax, and HTML5, CSS3, and also Bootstrap framework to build this particular app. And it is a mobile app, and basically for SMEs. So the client intends to use it for like small and medium scale businesses. So it is basically for people that want to get an appointment with the client to get their services done. For example, if you want to go to a salon, right, and then you want to take an appointment, you can use this system, and then the owner of the salon can take appointment from you at what date and what time, and based on that, you can go to the salon, and then he will do your services. Once the services are rendered, there are a lot of products, also in-house products that the client will be selling, right? You can add those products also to the system and make the billing.
Right.
So we have like three types of payments that you can do. One is like cash payment, credit card payment, and also mobile pay. So tomorrow when we do the demo, right, we are actually going to walk you through the whole system and show you how
Sure.
it functions actually.
At a high level, and team, like you see, right, the features are very rich. And the client to which whom we're developing is actually not the end user of this product. They will have their clients that they want to deploy to as a white label. So for example, the logo, everything will change once they deploy it for their customers, our clients' customers. And since we have a limited 3 weeks window for the project, we may not be able to do end-to-end testing of the entire application, but we'll start going the direction of building the right framework. We will test a specific module or something, Santosh, and then we will continue to do that as the time flows.
Right.
I'm also joined by Sakib from Atomic 77. He's a test lead. He works very actively, mostly in manual testing, because we have got these agile, workflows and apps coming through. So a lot of pressure that he goes through in terms of execution. And he will also participate in this project, understand how each of you are doing and how we could take it more into the automation route. So this is the pricing the customers would see, depending on what they want to choose, which can be customized and so on, right?
Yes. So by basically they get like one calendar, and then they get like 5 free transactions to do.
Right.
So once the 5 transactions are over, they have to start paying for the basic package.
Got it. Nice.
And then if they want to add another calendar, they need to go to like 3 calendars.
Oh.
And then after 3 calendars, they can keep on adding 1 calendar, which is like $49 a month.
Got it. Got it. Great. So you want to log in, Santosh? And
yeah.
Sure. I think one second, guys. Team, I hope you're all audible and you're able to see our screen. So once we log in, this is what we see.
Yes. So basically, you'll see only 1 calendar.
Okay.
So this is like 1 calendar.
For DK.
Yeah, DK. So you see that on top,
right.
1 calendar.
Right.
So you want to add more calendars, you need to go into settings, which we'll do demo tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
Sure. So and then within each of this, they can make reservations.
Exactly.
Book an event.
Yes.
Or an appointment.
Appointment. Yes.
So on. And we could click on this,
yes.
Change it,
yes.
or delete an event.
Exactly.
Or go to cash register.
Exactly.
Make a payment and
yes.
so on.
And then like I was talking about services and products, right?
Right.
So you can add products, and then if there is any discount, you can give cash discounts also. And then there are gift vouchers also that you can create for people.
Okay.
So it is a very nice system. It has like almost all the features that any tester would like to do it for at least an online application.
Sure. And I think it's, so even though you start team for a 3 weeks project, some of you would want to volunteer and continue to work on it remotely for an extended period, you're more than welcome. Especially, I will recommend strongly the JPACT members to involve in such kind of an applications for testing, because this is how you will, this is one of the complex applications for automation. It's not that easy, but once you get expertise on this, I think you'll do amazingly well in your interviews and your job going forward. And then, so we have got setups and everything. We could do admin setups, add products,
Yes, everything.
So this is one installation for one customer.
One customer.
Right. So team, you've seen the high level overview. Again, it'll take at least a little bit of detailed walkthrough, FAQs, and brainstorming to be able to go through and get complete understanding. And Ruxana, for example, if you're asking what do you mean by calendar, all this we will do it after tomorrow's demo. So we'll do a detailed end-to-end walkthrough how it works, and then we will talk about it. So I'm going to take a few more questions, team. So Manoj and I are still around, so we can take a few questions. Is it like a third-party website for services?
Yes.
It is, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Asha, it is. When will the next live project training? Sumita, every 2-3 months we have it going. And in fact, the projects keep going. Some people will continue to work on projects. So Manoj, I think we're done at our end. If the team is good, then let's continue tomorrow and do the demo. Do we get a login to this site? Absolutely. You will get access because you need to play around a lot. You will need to be working on it. Will you provide URL for Booksmart tonight for us to review? I think we'll do it post the demo team. First we'll do the application walkthrough, then we will give you the details. All right, Victoria. Who are the intended participants for this training? Priyank Padia, this is not a training, it's a project. And if you missed the initial few minutes of the videos, you should go back and look at it because we spoke about the prerequisites. This is the expected prerequisites team. And it is very, very absolutely sure that you need to be part of either Selenium Premium membership or JPACT to be eligible for this. Do we have to do manual testing on the app first? I don't think so. You will write test cases, of course. You will have to prepare the test environment, yes. But then you can write it in such a way that your automation scripts can understand and go through it from there. So forget manual testing, focus more in terms of, sorry Manoj, this is Selenium Live project, right? It's not manual testing live project, correct?
Yes, Karthik.
Okay, I got confused because there's a manual testing live project also there somewhere. Okay, how about the test data? We need to come up with that, or will you provide that? I think we have a sign up form, we have all the details, so you will be building the test data at your end. And any kind of queries, questions while you're doing it, the development team is available for you to contact. Okay. Does this sound exciting, team, as an application to work, to do a project on and get it on onto your profile? And I think it's amazing. Now we talk about dynamic applications, pop-ups, how do we handle this, how do we automate that? You will get all those complexities with this, and it's going to be so interesting that most of you may not sleep through the nights. You'll be kept awake to make sure that everything is set for the demos. All right, everyone, that's it from our side. Manoj, anything else before we end up?
No, Karthik, we are good here. So let's meet tomorrow, team, and we'll proceed further. And
okay.
Nice applications to start with. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Manoj. So I'll take last couple of questions and do it. Kalai, your question, can we watch it like a member so that in the next phase we'll be able to work on it? Absolutely, yes. And you can also be part of a team, but you will let the team know that I'm at a beginner level and you won't be able to contribute much, but you will, help them maybe coordinate tasks, look at the progress, all those activities team. How can I know more about JPACT? So Priyanka, just go to itlearn.com, please. And there's plenty of information on JPACT that you'll find. You can look at online courses, job placement and certified training out here. And you will find a decent amount of orientation and demo sessions. All right. Sounds good. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. See you back tomorrow. Same URL for joining, and we'll go through the application walkthrough and further on to the project.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Karthik, Sunil,
Santosh Sakir.
Santosh,
Yeah.
Sakib. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, Andy. Guys, Andy has just joined in, my other partner from Atomic 77. Hey, Andy, just say hello to my Selenium Live project participants.
Hi guys, this is Andy. Good morning.
All right.
Hello,
So
Andy.
we're doing the Misha testing through the Selenium Live project members. So yeah, pretty excited. We're just about to end it now. Tomorrow we're doing a demo of the application and we'll take it from there. All right, team, great. Thank you so much. Take care. Talk to you later then. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.